'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the Alps, crooks and her peasants were begging while still talking crap. The cash apps were pinned to the lies of their intent of draining the senior citizens dry, but laughing at all the money they sent. Crook was running around dirty with a face full of despair, trying desperately to hold on to those last few dirty strands of hair. She was out on barn, chasing carnivals fast. See, the lingers of fun money she had tricked off on her fake wife's botched BBL ass. The F team was drunk, loud, and lying, publicly trying to save face. Two broke up to admit that the two were washed up in a damn embarrassing disgrace. Over the 2 years, the cousins debunked their lies, counting the felonies. The last I checked, it was at almost 35. See, Crook had been committing crimes for over 30 years, exploiting the homeless and anyone vulnerable she came near. Being that she had been in the game for a while, she had perfected her craft of stealing with a big Kool-Aid smile. She'd go on with her lies, begging the homeless population's behalf and running off with the money on her slow, drunk, filthy ass. She aligned herself with those who had low self-esteem and needed cash, bribing them and promising to build their platforms real fast. The only catch was they had to kiss Tater Head's flat ass. While listening to this story, it's important to understand Crook wasn't shit as a woman and even less as a fake ass man. I almost forgot to mention how she did her child, disowned her and her grandbaby for some box of braids and a rotten crooked smile. She wasn't educated, neither was the wife. The only thing they mastered was burning food, begging, and going under some low-budget foreign cosmetic knife. The fake wife pretended to be a registered nurse in school doing well, but she tried to belittle Chef on a live and expose her ass, couldn't even spell. All Crook's new enemies and fallouts were purposely ignited by her mate, and it all started over pink box braids and a grinder sandwich, all orchestrated with the help of the wife's conniving ex-mate. Grandma Big Back put herself back in the mix, and she needed to be concerned with her husband being a trick. She couldn't even stand, she had to sit down to bake, swearing she served the Lord but aligning herself with a snake. Now back to Crook. She let the peasants disrespect her child for the cheap psychotic wench, just to be left outside her niece's house, camped out in a Boy Scout tent. She was not even welcomed into the very home everyone warned her not to spend all her money on. She lost Rico, she slaved him 33 years. That's when everyone warned her demise was drawing near. She constantly bashed him. While talking to slow fans, she didn't bother him one bit. He grown into a confident man. She directed her team to do everything they could to disrupt his happy life, ignoring hers that had been ruined and ran into the ground by that fake-ass wife. The cousins weren't having it. They always had his back. Every time they mentioned his name, they fell under attack. Venice made cartoons that drove them insane, exposing their BS, and didn't hesitate dropping names. It was funny as hell, I have to admit. They stayed up all night reporting her pages, my praying she quit. Boss lady sat quietly preparing her case. I'm sure she tickled out. Everyone laughed in their face. Ari, unbothered, was decorating her tree while they kept mentioning her name out of pure jealousy. Marion and Carolyn were constantly building their brands. Their businesses were booming with the peasants had going on. They didn't give a damn. While Darius was preparing to relocate overseas, he ran across the non-cooking chef at HEB. He tried to warn her, they were once friends, to leave the wife alone. She was diminishing her brand. Of course, Crook didn't listen. She was too ignorant to see. Taterhead didn't want her. She was gay for pay, only there for the money. I could go on forever, but I'll stop right here. We'll see how big a fool she makes out of herself next year.